families of Mr. Chambers' fourth grade class. We're coming near the end of our first quarter. We're about to go on fall break from October 5th through the 9th. With that being said, I'll be getting to update my grade book over fall break, and I will be compiling and finalizing all of our first quarter grades by October 14th. So some of us may have seen from our progress reports a few weeks ago that some of our scholars have quite a few missing assignments. And I wanted to make a short video to address how this could happen. How do we wind up with missing assignments when scholars are on their computers all the time? So if I go through as a scholar and I see that we have an activity for Sing Down the Moon scheduled for Wednesday, September 30th, 2020. When I get to Sing Down the Moon as a scholar, it will have a Google form, it will have a PDF and a video. Some of these assignments just have the Google form and the video. But what some scholars, I believe, do is that if they click View Assignment, what they do is they simply click Mark as Done. And it says I didn't attach work for Sing Down the Moon, so my teacher will just see that it's done. When a scholar does this, they click Mark as Done without going through any of the activities. If need be, they can unsubmit that. Unfortunately, with Google Classroom, it does not tell me when a scholar does a Google form and automatically submit the work. So some people have submitted work that isn't work, and some people haven't submitted work even though they've done the assignment. What I need for scholars to do, and this applies to 90% of the activities we do in class, especially here on Google Classroom, is I need for our scholars to click on the Google form. All of the Google forms start off with a name, and since progress reports, I have made it mandatory that they do put their name. It will not let them submit this if there is no name, okay? Some of the ones earlier on, I forgot to toggle that, and there were a few missing assignments turned in, but not a lot. And with this, they, based off of watching the video, they have to take time to watch the video or read the PDF. They're going to answer the questions. And as they go through, they're going to click through and answer the questions. Some of these are all multiple choice, and that's all they have to do. Others require that they have to type. If they miss a typing section, it does cost them points. When they hit submit down at the bottom, it should say that your response has been recorded and that you can view your score. If you click to view your score, it will say 8 out of 24. And on some of these, it might give you the correct answer. So some scholars can go back through and take it a second time to make sure that they've got the right answer. Okay? But unfortunately, something that I see as a teacher is that I have scholars who go through Google Classroom and who go through and every assignment they do, they just click View Assignment, they click Mark as Done, and they move on to another assignment, or they're not turning in their work. And so it's real easy from your perspective to see, hey, they did turn in work when actually they didn't. So a way for you as a parent to double check this before Mr. Chambers gets to submitting his grades on October 14th is to go through, click on your work. Some of them might say turned in. I turned in this assignment, and that's just hitting the blue submit button. Some of them might say missing. Missing might mean that I did not do it. Or if it says assigned, it's something that still has time before it is due. When I go to grade over fall break, they'll all either be turned in, missing, or graded. And so you can check to see what your scholar has done. For any assignments that are graded that Mr. Chambers has seen, you'll see a percentage or you'll see a point value. So for this assignment, scored a 0 points out of a possible 10. And if I'm concerned about why that's so low, I can click on the assignment and it will have a comment from Mr. Chambers to say, hey, I didn't see this, or hey, it says you turned it in, but I didn't have anything with your name on it. So you may have to go back through and double check. When it comes to grading, we are a standards-based grading system. So what that means is that I'm not looking for 100% completion of every assignment, especially if you have fallen into the trap of just clicking the submit button without producing the work. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for enough evidence to give Mr. Chambers confidence that you, as a scholar, and just as the scholar, have done what you need to do to demonstrate that, yes, you've got your math down, or yes, you've got your language arts down, and so that I can give you appropriate credit for what level I see you performing at. Okay? The more assignments you do gives me more evidence that I can look at when I'm doing our grades. Okay? So I'll be going back through early this weekend, and anything where I see that, hey, you just click through, you hit the submit button, and you never actually did the assignment, I'll go back through and click. And so by Monday of next week, you'll see every assignment that is missing. Okay? That gives you a week over your fall break while you're relaxing and sharpening the saw to go back through and double check any of those missing assignments before Mr. Chambers submits his first quarter grades. I believe everybody has an opportunity to succeed and do their best, but I want to make sure that every scholar actually does the work that they say they have done. I do not need scholars who go through, pick the assignment for the day, click view assignment, and mark as done, because that's not helping anybody. Okay? You didn't learn, you didn't demonstrate the learning. You have to, for most assignments, click on the Google form where it says your name. You have to type in your name and you have to answer. If it's something that is multiple choice, click through the multiple choice. If it's something that you have to type, read carefully through the question and then type out your answer. Okay? It doesn't not have to be overly complicated, but I do need proof that you are learning. Understanding how to hit the submit button is not the same as going through and doing the work. We as scholars put first things first, and we know that the expectation is that every day we have at least 3 to 4 hours of schoolwork that we're doing. We have our Zoom meeting in the morning. We have our morning message that we type out by 8:30 in the morning. We have our Zoom meeting in the afternoon. But from 10 to 12, we're still expected to do at least one, if not two activities throughout that day where we have to watch a video and then answer questions. Or we have to go back and answer questions on the Math and Focus website. Okay? There should be some downtime away from the computer, but not 8 hours away from the computer. Most of these assignments come with a video that is anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes long. This one here was 21 minutes. It comes with a questionnaire that's 5 to 10 questions, and some of the questions might take some while. Okay, so I need scholars to make sure that we're not just going through and clicking the assignments mark as done unless we have done it in Google Forms. The one exception that I have made is that if it's anything from our orange CKLA workbook, those can either be handwritten on the page that I ask them to write on, and you can submit a picture of it via ClassDojo, or you can type it out using the Google form. That's the only exception I've made. We still have Sing Down the Moon and our science videos where we have to watch the video and do the activity in the Google form. Okay, so I want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to improve their grades over time, and make sure that before the first quarter grades are in, we've gone through and made sure that we didn't mark everything as done, but we've actually gone through and done the assignment. So hopefully that helps to clarify some things and some confusion about missing assignments. I hope that you take care. I hope that you as a scholar can understand how you can put first things first and how we can correct some of our missing assignments. Thank you for taking your time, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.